So, in football, there are certain things that separate good players from those who are not so good. But here's the thing. Those attributes that make players good, they're not what you would think. They're not skill moves, they're not incredible passes or shots. Instead, they're little things. Little things that great players do that allow them to dominate the game. So today, we'll show you 10 things that will actually make you a pretty good player. You're watching All Attack.
Taking your first touch into space. Good players don't just control the ball. They use their first touch to set themselves up for what they want to do next. So, if they want to shoot, they touch the ball out so they can run up and hit it. If they want to pass, they touch the ball out to make it easy to pass it. And if they want to run past a defender, they touch the ball past the defender. The point is they use their first touch to keep the ball moving, rather than stopping the ball dead and slowing the game down. Number 2, receiving the ball on the half turn. Generally, when good players are looking to receive a pass, they try not to have both feet facing toward the ball. Because if they do that, they won't be able to see what's behind them. Instead, what they do is turn slightly sideways, with their feet being staggered, with one being closer to the ball than the other. This allows them to see both the ball and what's behind them up the field. And if they're receiving a horizontal pass that's coming across the field, this principle still works because turning sideways to the ball allows you to see both sides of the field. Number 3, receiving the ball on your back foot. Of course, once you've turned sideways to the ball, the question is, which foot should you receive it with? And the answer is, good players, usually, if they can, receive the ball with their back foot, or the foot that's further away from the ball. And the reason they do this is because when they receive the ball with their back foot, it allows them to go either direction. Whereas if you receive the ball with your near foot, you can really only go one way with your first touch, making you much more predictable. Moving into space.
Of course, before you can receive a ball, you need someone to actually pass it to you in the first place. And the best way to make sure that happens is to constantly be on the move. See, if you watch good players, they're almost always moving. Moving into spaces between defenders, moving into space to the side of defenders, and moving into space behind defenders. And just in general, they're always looking around and moving into spaces that create passing lanes for their teammates.
Planning ahead.
In football, average players will often wait until they get the ball and then decide what they're going to do next. But what good players do is plan ahead. Before they even get the ball, they look around and think about what they're going to do when they get it. And that means when they do get it, they're able to make that pass, that dribble, or that shot before defenders can react.
passing the ball with pace.
One of the differences between a lower level player and a higher level player is how hard they pass the ball. See, when high-level players play with each other, they usually try to hit the ball firmly, or with a bit of pace. This is because when the ball is moving quickly, it makes it more difficult to defend. Now, look, this doesn't mean they're always firing the ball at each other as hard as they can. But they do generally try to keep the ball moving at a decent speed, which means that they have to be able to pass the ball with both power and accuracy.
Turning and protecting.
Sometimes, though, before you can pass a ball, a defender will get too close. And that's why good players turn away. See, when a ball is a little too exposed to a defender, one thing good players often do is immediately turn away from the pressure, thus putting their body between the defender and the ball. And what this does is allow them to protect the ball momentarily, while creating a little space for them to pass.
Dribbling with different surfaces of your feet.
Sometimes, though, a pass isn't immediately available. Sometimes you have to dribble out of a tight situation. And that's why good players can dribble with different surfaces of their feet. That way, if they need to turn to their outside, they can use the outside of their foot. And if they need to turn inside, they can use the inside of their foot. And if they need to pull the ball back, they can use the sole of their foot. The bottom line is, good players are comfortable dribbling with different sides of their feet.
Getting your head up once you have the ball.
When good players receive a pass, but then decide to dribble or hold on to the ball for a moment, one of the first things they usually do is pick their head up and scan the rest of the field. Because although yes, they've already looked up before and planned ahead, they also know that in the time it took them to receive the pass, things have already changed. And so if they want to make the best decision, or the best play, then they need to immediately look up again to see where their teammates are and where defenders are.
Being calm under pressure.
When good players are under pressure from defenders, or when they're in a tight situation without a lot of space, good players don't panic. They don't freeze and wonder what to do. Instead, they simply assess the situation and choose the best option they see. Now, how are they that calm under pressure, you might ask? Well, first of all, these players usually have good ball control skills and good ball protection skills. So they know if a defender dives in, they can probably pull it away from them. And secondly, and perhaps more importantly, they've been in these situations countless times. They've been doing this for years. It's nothing new to them. So if you want to be calm under pressure, the truth is you need decent skills, but most of all, you need a lot of experience.